Hello, this is a video documentary on the education system of East Africa, created by Noemi Camps, Nujal da Silva, and Ariel Character. The reason we chose East Africa is because you can notice the huge difference between the richest and poorest parts of the country. East Africa helps us evaluate and comprehend the differences in the advantaged and disadvantaged in society when it comes to education. There is a huge gap between the richest and the poorest parts of East Africa's society, and a huge gender gap, as well as giving us a very extensive and evaluative information in order to understand the disparities in urban education. Also, the information acquired from East Africa, African education, and successful urban schools can be compared and analyzed to understand the system and how to implement solutions for equal and quality education. The key elements that will be discussed are prohibition of education in children not attending school, advantages and disadvantages in East African education, such as poverty, communication, quality, and gender, late entry and dropout, not learning basics, and lack of skills. Education in East Africa has risen since the 1990s. However, in 2010, we noted that East Africa has roughly about 4.6 million children out of school in 6 countries. Many would consider this a great progressive, given that in 1999 there were about 12.5 million children not attending school. We begin to ask ourselves, why these alarming numbers and why in Africa? Let's take a look at what is occurring in East Africa. The first reason we have noticed is a low percent, when we come to notice a low percentage of children in schools is because East Africa faces many conflicts. In Uganda, for example, there is a long-running domestic insurgency called the Lord's Resistance Army. This conflict resulted in a number of internally displaced persons and people who were now facing poverty. Kenya has also seen a great deal of conflict from violent elections, making it difficult for children to go to school when the government itself is not even secure. Unfortunately, many of the children who are not attending school resides in the regions where poverty is very abundant. Poverty raises the percentage of children not attending school because it makes it very likely that children either drop out of school or just never attend. The reason many children who are in the poorest areas of the country do not attend school is because they do not have the financial means to attend. Some of these schools do not have the funding necessary to offer a good education. For example, people who live in Nairobi's slums will not be able to attend a secondary school for the simple reason there is no school available for them to attend to. Lack of nutrition is very vital in a child's cognitive development. And we see a huge lack of nutrition in East Africa. A lack of nutrition causes high infant mortality rate and children rate, death rate. A lack of nutrition, this makes students not be able to attend school. Unfortunately, the lack of nutrition causes many health problems, which impedes a child's learning abilities and their probability of even entering school.